Okay, as of a couple of days ago, your boy Brock Lesnar is now a free agent. What does that mean? His contract with the WWE has run out, and as what happens every time his contract with WWE runs out, there's rumors floating about maybe he wants in on the UFC, maybe he wants to come back. Is he going to come back and fight? Oh, Brock Lesnar, he's always wanted to come back and, put on a show in the cage. Like, you hear stuff like that. You hear people saying stuff like that. I'm a fan of Brock Lesnar. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I like Brock Lesnar. I like him as a wrestler. Not that I really watch wrestling anymore, but when I did, I liked Brock Lesnar. I actually I saw Brock Lesnar live years and years and years ago at Wembley Arena. I must have been about 18 or 19. It was an episode of Raw that they filmed, and it was when he first started at Wembley Arena. And then I liked Brock Lesnar as a mixed martial artist, man. I remember when he lost to Frank Mir. I remember when he beat Heath Herring. When he fought Randy Couture in 2008. I remember I was in India at the time because it was my cousin's wedding. And I remember going to an internet cafe in India to find out what happened in that fight, to find out who won that fight. That was fucking 2008, man. Look how long ago that was. That was like 12 years ago. But yeah, I remember, and I watched it on YouTube. I watched that fight on YouTube, and it wasn't restricted in India. So I don't know if that's still the case, if you can still watch fights after the fact in India. But I did back in 2008 in an internet cafe. But anyway, look, he's a free agent now, apparently. And like I say, there's always this talk about Brock Lesnar when he becomes a free agent, and people start kind of airing their opinions. Oh, no, he should never come back. Oh, we'd love him back, and whatever. And this is my opinion. Look, I believe Brock Lesnar's a showman. And I keep getting different Brock Lesnar memories now in my head as I'm talking, because who remembers when he when he beat Frank Mir? He says, I'm gonna drink a Coors Light because Bud Light don't pay me nothing. I remember that interview. That was one of my favorite. Brock Lesnar doesn't get enough credit for being able to talk shit just because he's so quiet. But those interviews that he gave every now and again in the octagon when he was just his real self, they were good, man. They were entertaining. Like, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed that side of Brock Lesnar. But look, you can tell that I'm a fan of Brock Lesnar. And do I want to see him back? Yes. There's people talking, like Brett Okamoto was talking to Ariel Helwani about this the other day. And he was talking about how he wants to see Brock Lesnar fight John Jones. That's the only fight he's interested in seeing Brock Lesnar in. I'm not that fussed about seeing Brock Lesnar against John Jones, because in my head, and obviously I'm not always right. I'm not right 67% of the time, 100% of the time. But I don't want to see Brock Lesnar come back and just get beaten up by John Jones. And the reason they were discussing that fight is Dana White said in a press conference that if John Jones wants to fight Brock Lesnar and Brock Lesnar wants to fight John Jones, he's happy to make that fight. If Brock Lesnar was to come back, the problem that I see is in the heavyweight division, there's not really a big standout name that you can put him in the octagon with, that you'd think, oh, I can't wait to see that fight. For some reason in my head, Alistair Overeem's name keeps coming up. Because obviously Alistair Overeem had that victory over Brock Lesnar, and it was straight after Brock Lesnar had diverticulitis, or whatever it was that he had, and he got body kicked, and that was it. That was the end of the fight for Brock Lesnar. And if he's fully recovered from this and whatnot, I can see a way to market that fight, him against Alistair Overeem. I was going to say Derek Brunson there. Derek Lewis is another personality that I can see him across the cage against, with his distinct advantages with Lewis on his feet, boxing, stand-up, and Brock Lesnar wrestling. But Brock Lesnar isn't a guy that's at the level that is capable of challenging for a world title. Like, imagine putting him in there with Francis Ngannou or Stipe. Do you know what I mean? It just wouldn't make sense. I'd have him come back, and I'd have him as a co-main event of a big pay-per-view card where it's just 3 rounds and he's fighting someone like a Derek Lewis. Whether I think he's going to come back, no. I don't think he's coming back at all. I think this is all just MMA talk. I just think it's just people wanting to share their opinions on Brock Lesnar and using this this kind of like him being a free agent as a segue to do that. Does that make sense? Because a lot of people have got negative things to say about Brock Lesnar, and I think they're using this as a way to say these negative things. I spat a couple of times there, innit? And I'm just going to pretend that you guys didn't see it, and I'm going to pretend that I just didn't mention it, and we're just going to keep it a secret amongst ourselves. But I'm just having a look. I'm just scrolling up his Wikipedia page, and have a look at his Wikipedia page, because I haven't seen one this long forever. Like, literally, because he's done so much in wrestling and he played American football for a bit and whatnot. Like, it's impressive stuff, man. But he is 43 years old. 43. And let's not forget, he got caught for juicing after he fought Mark Hunt. So what are we going to do in it? What are you expecting from Brock Lesnar at 43? Like, are you expecting him to come back clean? Are you expecting him to join the USADA testing program? If you're the UFC, you kind of have to, especially after what happened last time. You can't not put him back in the program and make sure he's being tested on a regular basis for 6 months or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? So if he does come back, it's by no way, shape or form going to be the same Brock Lesnar that won the world title back in 2008. It's an aging Brock Lesnar. Physically, he still looks like a fucking specimen, but he just can't physically do the things that he used to do because of his age. 12 years ago, it's 12 years on from that version of Brock Lesnar, and he's not got the crutch of performance enhancing drugs anymore. So with that being said, I don't think he's coming back, but if he did come back, I don't want to see him fight John Jones. I want to see him fight someone like a Derek Lewis or an Alistair Overeem or someone like that, someone that's like a top 10 heavyweight who we're all aware of, similar to how he fought Mark Hunt, basically. But this time, don't cheat in it. Don't take drugs before you get in there. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think? Who do you think he should fight if he comes back? Do you want to see him fight? Do you even care? Do you even remember Brock Lesnar? Do you know what I mean? Feel like I'm out of breath talking. This weight, I've just been getting fat. Anyway, guys, comment, like, share, all of that good stuff. I'll catch you guys next time.